Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of Let's Make Hearts on the Screen. No, wait. Daggerheart. I'm so jealous of your computer. I just can't even. Let's see. We ended mid-action last time, so I don't want to take too long, but let's do a round of intros real quick. I guess I'll go first this time. Hey, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Knots, the I almost said gnomish something. Goblin Ranger. I'm a Goblin Ranger with my cat, Kavoon. You can find me on the internet at WH Pubs on all of the socials. Jason.
Sure. I'm playing Cordinarius, the murder mushroom, as I've been nicknamed. You can catch me here or on my Twitch channel, Glassjaws.
Nice. Who do you want to popcorn it over to?
Let's go with Carly. She seems to always go last.
Ooh. Hi. Yeah. Hi, guys. I'm Carly. I am the game master for this game. And, well, we'll see if anybody dies this time.
That's fair.
Shut up.
Who are you popcorning it over to?
Maggie.
Hi, I'm Maggie. I'm playing Grace Halbert, the Highborn Human Sorcerer. Please don't kill us, Carly.
We were only promised 8 episodes, it seems.
Right?
Yeah.
And
Yikes.
last but not least, Lauren.
I'm Lauren. I play Triss, the Giant Guardian. You can find me bopping around on here sometimes, and then also on Instagram at Laurens_openworld.
Perfect. Why don't we get back to it then?
Woohoo.
Yeah. So last we left off, our lovely group of Natra was recovering from the death of one of their party members, and finally got a long rest put together. One of our members, Triss, also reached out to her connections within the Heartblades to see about getting Jim's body escorted to his final place of rest. And towards the end of their rest, it's actually about probably midday now, though, because
We're doing great, guys.
am I back?
Yes.
I can't. What? Is everything okay? I got a phone call, and since my phone talks to my computer, apparently it cut me out. So, anyways, she was told that they were about like 6 hours away towards the end of your guys' rest. She was on the last watch and heard her name being called, followed by sounds of battle. And the group of you came upon a small group of 3 giants battling some spectral copies of this creature that you had met about a day ago. Not even that, but a long rest ago. That you're not really fond of. Hasn't made the best impression. And you guys rushed in, well, following Triss's lead to assist the other giants. So, last we left off, you guys had managed to get rid of one of the 3 copies. One of them had just done some directed deathlock damage at Cortinarius, and the other one had just finished. I rolled really well, and pretty much just destroyed our good friend Commander Circeum that was braced on the shoulders of Triss, and she has currently fallen to the ground, barely holding on to consciousness. But it is your guys' turn, and you can do what you want. You should see on the map where everyone is currently placed from the end of our session. And yes, the large 12-foot form of Commander Circeum has just crashed to the ground behind Triss.
So that's this one?
Yep.
Okay. Thanks.
And that is back to you guys.
Are these also giant friends?
Yeah, those
Yep.
are the other two.
Okay.
Those
I
are
just wanted to make
Frida
sure.
and Asura.
I mean, I'm just gonna keep smacking these things unless anyone else wants to do anything.
Smack away.
All right, let's go. God, I forgot about the whole deathlock thing because it's prevented me from using my shield ability. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna go. Which one looks? Can I tell if one of these look like more hurt? Actually, no. Which one is the deathlock on Circeum? Would I
You
know
can't
that?
see that one. That one. That's the one that got pitched away by Grace.
Okay.
This one is the one that you guys like have almost that you guys got rid of.
Okay.
Was this one? Sorry, this one here. This one
that one's
is
almost-
one. This one. Sorry, the map is being weird. This one is the one that is still up. This one actually disappeared.
Oh,
I
okay,
was
so there's
just
one,
tracing my steps.
one, and then there's the
here.
one that we can't see because it got blasted away.
Correct.
All right, yeah, I'll attack the one that I can see.
Sure. How are you attacking it?
I think yeah, because Circeum just fell. I think it's just gonna be like, Triss will like kind of step back, like partially over Circeum in like an effort to protect the like her fallen friend, and just sort of like in that step back, bring the axe around and just try and like cleave this dude in two.
Sure. Give me an attack roll.
Come on. Okay. Wait, no, math. Yeah. 16 with hope.
You can take your hope, and that
Okay,
just
I'm
hits.
full up on hope, but
So you can roll your damage.
I did not take any d10s up. Give me a second. Okay. 14 points of damage.
Okay, you strike into this guy, but it doesn't hurt. It doesn't seem to hurt him as much as you previous hits has done. You get the impression that you didn't meet one of his thresholds.
Oh, okay.
But that is still on you guys.
I am going to see this new giant friend that has fallen to the ground, and obviously things have not gone well for us recently, and so I kind of freak out a little, and I'm going to jump off of Kavoon and run over there and kneel down, and I'm gonna kind of look at my friends like concerned and unsure of how to do this, but I'm gonna place my hands on the ground, and these little ribbons of green energy are gonna go out into the ground, and for close range, little plants are going to grow up out of the ground and heal my allies. And I'm going to count these giants as my allies. I'm going to spend a hope to make it 2 hit points. So if anyone's down and is within close.
Cortinarius is, I think, just outside of your range.
I'd be there now.
Wait, where did you go? Sorry.
So I'm kind of.
Oh, yeah. Then everyone's in range.
Okay.
Yay.
Did you go underneath them?
Yeah, I'm a little under that person's foot.
Yeah. Don't do that. Because then I can't move you.
I'm like, no, giant mommy, step on me. Anyway.
Yeah, so little vines just grow out and start like curling up around people's feet or anything that's on the ground, and you guys are infused with some extra life force, and you guys can heal 2 hit points. Anybody that needs it.
I took one.
Huzzah.
I'll take it. I don't need it.
Okay, with that, I'm gonna trade in 2 of the action trackers for a fear, and I'm gonna spend that fear to interrupt. So as that healing field goes out, the one that is still visible to all of you looks Triss in the eyes as she just whacked him. But Cortinary feels
We
that
lost you again.
that burning sensation.
You've got a cream for that.
That is 20 points of magic damage to Cortinarius.
All right. Well, that's not so great. I will spend an armor slot. Well, first let me roll 2d6, actually.
Is Court deathlocked?
Yes, by
Damn
the
it.
one that is visible.
Was there a 6 or a 1 on that?
There was a 1, so you take 19 points.
Okay. And I'll spend that armor slot and reduce it by 11 down to 8.
Yeah. And then from the edges of the mist, you will see the other copy moving in. And same thing. Your bud that just got healed is going to take 21 points of magic damage. So she is once again wavering
Wait, who is this
on her
one?
feet.
Get
You
up,
guys
you
can see it.
friend! Get up!
This came out of the mist. This is the one that got knocked back by Grace. You see come out of the mist, and then you see Circeum like flinch in pain.
Gotcha.
And that is back to you guys.
Maggie, do you want to go or do you want me?
Yeah, I can. Well, if you have something planned.
Go for it.
Okay. As soon as I see the guy come back, I will unleash chaos on him
Yeah.
twice.
Twice, or are you
Oh,
just talking about attacking it and then using both your tokens?
I'm using both my tokens on him.
Okay.
So. Well, that was not a very good roll. That's an 11
That with
hope.
well, you can take your hope, but
Well, pull up on hope, guys.
I am too. Let's go.
But yeah, as you send your snakes flying out, it kind of does it does this little like slide roll on the ground, and the snakes just pass straight over its head, and it comes in right up next to you, Grace, and is going to spend a stress. And let's see how many we get. Yeah. 2 of those spectral figures appear behind you and claw out at you. Does a 15 hit?
Yep.
Wait, she's not deathlocked. Can I take that?
1 second. If you want to take it, it's gonna be an agility roll because you do have a giant in between the 2 of you.
Fair enough. I'll send it. I haven't been able to use this ability yet because you keep deathlocking people.
I'm okay. I'm like actually like pretty okay.
But this is what I do, and I haven't been able to do it.
Oh, in 1 combat. Oh no, that's so terrible.
I've been rendered useless.
So like I have a giant ass axe.
It's up to you, but you will have to make an agility roll, and you may fail.
I'll take those odds.
You just take your axe and like hug it around the other giant, use it as a shield. Thunk.
I feel like the vibe here is the 2 of them have been like fighting together since they first started holding weapons, so I feel like they're used to moving around each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's also barely conscious.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Mm-hmm. That's cocked. Okay. Math. 12 with hope?
You can take that hope, but you do not get to her in time, so you will take 6 points of physical damage.
Jesus.
Yes. Yes, Grace. We'll take 6 points of physical damage as these.
I thought you meant me. I thought it was like, what, did I just trip?
Just straining, right?
Grace, as these 2 spectral creatures just are clawing at you. And Cortinarius will take 25 points of magic damage.
Wow.
As that burning just spreads further and further.
All right, 4 and a 6.
No.
All right, well, let's see if I can reduce it with another armor slot.
What? That is back to you guys.
So I reduce it by 12 to 13 and take 2 more.
Who hasn't gone yet?
I'm not. I'll jump in on... This is the guy that keeps burning me over here on the left,
Yep.
correct?
Correct.
All right, Cord will sneak over there and try to stab him in the shin a few
Go
times.
for it. Stab away.
That'd be a 15 with hope.
You take a hope, but
Miss.
you miss by the skin of your teeth. You like move to strike at its ankle right as it's making a step to summon some enemies around Triss.
Can I use my new support tank ability, spend 2 hope, and I allow an ally close to me to re-roll a roll they just failed?
Yes.
So re-roll either their hope or fear die and take the new result, since you re-roll one of them.
Okay.
Well,
I'll re-roll the fear since it was a 1. And now it's a 9, so that'll be 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
nice. Let's go.
This one, 6. Wow, I rolled really badly. 9 points of
No.
damage.
Okay.
9 is so much better than 0, though.
Yeah,
Very
it's
much
true.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Court just still barely nicks him.
Hey, it's something.
Great. I am going to spend a fear to interject, and they summon some enemies around Triss. 2 more of these spectral ghosts appear around Triss. And that's a natural 20, so I get a fear for that.
Ruh-roh.
And
Oh, boy.
you take 6 points of physical damage as they claw at you, Triss.
Damn, that is a point above my minor. Yeah, I'll
And
just
it's back
take
to you
that for right
guys.
now. Cool. Oh, I've already used Soldier's Bond. Damn it. Okay.
Anybody. Doesn't just have to be Triss.
Triss, swing me.
Yes. Very much down. Give me 1 second. I was looking at something because I want to see. So technically my reach is very close. Is there a position I could be in to get everyone on this map? Like if I was like right where Circeum is? Oh, damn it.
No.
Okay.
The most that you would be able to get at any point would be 4. And only at one point would you ever be able to get one of the big guys.
Okay. Yeah, I'll maneuver to where I can get at least 4 of them.
You're in a position where you could get 4 of them right now.
Sick. And then, yeah, it's, I think, probably a continuation of the support tank was Triss seeing what Court was trying to do and essentially just sticking her axe blade, like, as the guy tried to step and, like, stopping him. But now the axe blade is directly where Court can just climb onto it and hold on to some of the leather straps for her to just... They could do a axe spore combo or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you guys doing a tag team roll? And if so, who is initiating?
I'm
They got
sitting
spin
at
3
4
on.
hope, so I can spend that. Do you want me to do
Okay.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have the 3 to start it.
Okay, sick. Let's go. I got it.
But I do have the 2 to Rain of Spores.
Nice.
Sick.
Great. So both of you can go ahead and roll your duality dice.
Alrighty. Oh no!
How'd it go? How'd it go, guys? How'd it go?
Yeah, mine's a 15. With fear.
That's far better than mine. Mine's an 8 with
Oh.
fear.
Oh.
So you will hit the little spectral things. Those are not hard to hit.
Okay.
So as Cortinarius gets onto the blade, and the blade swings as this cloud of spores comes out, and they get swung around. You guys can roll your damage.
Cool. And I'm spending my last hope to do whirlwind to get multiples.
Yeah. So you can roll your damage, but it's only going to be applied to the 3 spectrals, smaller ghostly spectrals that are in reach.
Jesus. I need to swap that off my dice. That was double 1s for damage for a total of 5.
Do you need a crystal?
Right? Or are we just going to start microwaving them when they're bad?
Just melt them. All right, now I'm just
how much was
setting
your
them to the side. They've been
Jason?
exiled.
Yeah, mine was only 8.
Well, luckily these guys are just minions, and so all 3 of the ones that you guys do your Sporalwind
Sporalwind.
on dissipate into
Of course, just
the-
like hanging onto the axe for dear life, the spores are just flying off of him.
However, that
Spored my
was with
pants.
fear, which
That
brings
was
it back. Which brings it back to me, and so, Court.
Yep.
Sorry. That wasn't. That was 12
All right.
points of magic damage.
A 4 in there?
No.
No 4s. Let's see. 12. Man,
You still on fire?
seems so. I'll spend another armor slot.
Well, it's not a visible fire. It's like his insides feel like they're burning.
You're being microwaved.
So, I can't roll average, so I'll reduce it by 9 and just take 1 this time.
I'm just picturing that scene from Saw when he's in the car.
Yikes.
And your friend and second in command, Commander Cercium, falls fully unconscious. You're not sure if she's dead or alive. But she's
Jesus.
now just a sack of meat on the ground.
Oh god.
And it's back to you guys.
I'm gonna glare.
That was the first time I got to use that ability, and you've already ruined what I did. Meh.
And I am gonna go ahead and attempt to have my fireflies swarm them.
Yeah. Give me an attack roll. It'll hit all 3 enemies that are on the field. If you succeed.
Well, that is a 23.
With?
Fear.
Okay. It hits. So go ahead and roll your damage.
That is 6. Nope. Looking at the wrong one. Hang on. That is 9 fire damage.
Okay. Yeah, the spectral that is behind Grace is once again boiled by these fireflies. And the other 2, the fire is like burning up their arms, and the one that is deathlocked on Cortinarius dissipates and disappears, but you notice that as it disappears, some of its like mist moves into the other copy, and the other copy seems to regenerate some
Gotcha.
hit points.
Okay.
And is looking pretty much unhurt at this point. However, Cortinarius is no longer deathlocked. But that is back to me, so that guy, having put Cercium into unconsciousness, is going to... I'm going to spend a fear, and they are going to glare at Grace, who is right in front of them. And Grace is now deathlocked. You feel that sense of dread settling across you. But it's back to you guys.
Well, one's on the floor.
Yeah, one's unconscious, and the other one, Fida, is on the edge of consciousness. If you would like her to do something or help you with something, let me know.
Do we have any health potions in the pool? I want to try to administer one to Circeum.
Yeah, it will be it will add action to the action tracker to feed a potion to someone else, but you are more than welcome to spend one of your health potions to
Yeah. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, roll your d4.
Okay. I need to pull out a D4. There we go. 4. Let's go.
Yeah. She her body is still, and then all of a sudden like a shot of adrenaline.
I think Triss like
Ah,
gives a sigh of relief, and it's just like, how many times am I going to have to save your ass?
probably about as many times as I'm gonna have to save yours.
Good thing we stopped keeping track years ago.
You
Get up, the
stopped
fight's not
keeping
done.
track. Yeah, she'll stand up, and she's side by side with you.
Let's get this fucker.
Grace, you have a sense of dread overwhelming you. Is there anything you'd like to do as this creature has stared you down and is right in front of you?
Yeah, I'll do a preservation blast.
Give me a roll.
I just critted! Let's go!
Yay!
Nice.
You get a hope and clear stress. And then what is
Yay.
the what dice do you roll for preservation blast? Or is it just blast them back? Does it do any damage?
It's 2d8.
Okay, so you'll have 16 plus whatever you roll.
Yay. And I rolled a 16. So
Nice.
Nice.
that went on a trip. I rolled 14.
Okay. Yeah, so you do 30 points of damage as this wave of magic blasts out, and they get pushed off into the mist, and the mist just kind of swirls behind them. Now, you might suspect that combat would be over, but you would know you've already done this to them before, and
I still
they
feel the
came
dread.
back. So, yes, you do still feel the dread settling on your shoulders.
There's an unsettling presence here.
So, that is still your guys' turn if you want to hold an action or try to follow them into the mist or do anything else.
We established last session that Circeum is a seraph. Could she? I know they have like the prayer dice for healing, I believe. Could she use that to like get one of the other
she's an
giants up,
NPC.
or-
She
Okay.
no, she's
Fair enough. Didn't know how that
She's
works.
an NPC. She doesn't have the actual full functional
Okay.
stuff that a PC would have.
Okay. I think Triss would probably kind of just like situate herself between the group and where the guy flew off to, and just hold an attack until he pops up again.
Anybody else? You can feel free to reposition yourself on the map.
One of the other giants is still unconscious, right?
Correct.
I will go feed a potion to that unconscious giant.
Sure. Roll a d4.
That's a 4.
Who are you?
I'm not.
What? Who are you?
Sura?
Oh, you're one of Twist's friends, right?
Yeah. Captain of the Heartblades.
Important
Yeah.
question. Which giant is this?
This is Asura. This is this one. This one.
The one with the horns, the one with the wings, or
Not the one with the wings.
okay.
Both
Yeah,
of these
Circeum-
ones have variations of fur.
Okay.
Different variations
Circeum is
of
a
fur.
Fur is very soft. Although it's a little matted in blood right now.
Could you stop? Can you just tell me what is happening without invading
Oh,
personal space?
Yeah, we're getting attacked by things in the mist.
Why do you sound so happy about that?
I'm just happy that you're here.
And I'll pet them again.
Grace or Court, is there anything you guys want to
Yeah.
do in this brief moment where they've been flung off into this?
Yeah, Court's not expecting this to be done, so he's going to move up here, get behind these stones, and spin a stress to vanish since he's nearly dead, but wants to get an advantage to attack on somebody.
Yeah, absolutely. Grace, how about you?
I'm spending a stress to replenish my tokens for Unleash Chaos.
Okay. Yeah. So, as you guys kind of take this brief pause, Court will see them moving in the mist first. If you wish to do your action,
Are they moving up to us?
they're moving up towards the group.
Okay. I'll wait till they get a little bit closer.
Okay. It's at this point that Triss, you also now see it
Nice.
approaching.
Can I move to intercept?
Sure.
Sick.
Are you also going to attack?
Yes.
Do so, please.
Triss, hug,
Let's go.
rah.
Alright, come on. Roll better for me. That's hell yeah, let's go. Okay. That is 25 with hope.
Take your
Nice.
hope. And that
Nice.
hits.
Again with the damage die. Christ. It's 8 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, you swing into it, and you can feel while it's facing you, its full presence is locked on Grace behind you. Court, if you want to attack now,
Yep.
do so.
Court will sneak out behind and try to stab him unawares. I've got advantage coming out of stealth.
Absolutely.
No. 13 fear.
Damn.
Okay. Yeah. So you come out and try to stab at it, but it almost seems to be exuding this like magical barrier that you just can't quite seem to get through. It's like its anger has fully formed. Its anger and focus has fully formed around it into a barrier. But that does bring it back to me and Grace. You take 20 points of magic damage.
Jesus.
Decline.
I'm just gonna take it.
Great, and then I'm going to switch in the 4 other action tracker tokens for 2 fear. So I now have 3 fear, but it's back to you guys.
Mind if I go?
Go for
Go
it.
for it.
Go for it. You're the
Alright.
one that just got smacked from your insides.
Right?
Yeah. I'm gonna unleash chaos on this thing.
Do you
Give me an
want
attack.
to take team?
Sure.
So
I will initiate tag team because I have 6 hope.
Oh, okay. Kavoon is going to come running up behind you.
Ooh.
What does your magic do to help? Like, how does it interact with Kavoon as he runs past you to?
Kavoon rides the snakes, or the snakes ride Kavoon.
I was gonna say the snakes ride on Kavoon.
Okay, so they like wrap around him and like
Yeah.
enhance his.
It's like a three-headed monster. One is cats and 2 are snakes, and it's running in to attack.
But also, like, Kavoon gets a little bit of black smoke coming out of his eyes.
Nice.
So both of you can go ahead and roll.
That's a 15 with hope. I was like, wait, which one's which again? I remember. The darker one is fear.
I was gonna feel real bad about this for a moment until I remembered the double ones are still a critical.
Let's go!
Hey, yes.
Jeremy, you get hope, and you can clear stress. Tell me what damage dice does Kavoon do?
So it's 2d8, so that's 16.
Yes, and Maggie, you have 2d10 again?
I have 2d10.
Okay, so that you're at 36 plus whatever you guys roll.
5.
Oh, I rolled 12.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so 36, 48, 53 points.
Let's go!
Boom.
Yeah, this like 3-headed magical monstrosity just bites and bites and bites and bites, and the creature dissipates. And you can see / sense the leftover energy of it moving away from you. And you believe, at least in this moment, combat is over.
Yeah, it's not like the other one that dissipated went into this one, and now it's dissipating and it's going somewhere. Is it gonna go into another one? Do we need to like do swoosh its energy or something?
Can I sense any magical present people or objects around?
You do not sense anything besides yourselves. If somebody wants to give me a knowledge check to see if they can
it's gonna be
infer what is happening with the mist.
It's gonna be me. That's a... Hold on. I math. 19 plus... That's 21.
With
Fear. You're welcome, Carly.
I will take that there. But yes, as the mist disappears and having seen the mist, and then also knowing that these are copies, like visually they're different than the guy that you met, even though they look the same, but they're like a desaturated version of him.
Mhm.
You would infer that energy might be going back to him. That maybe he created or can create copies of himself.
And then the copies make ghosts.
Do we need to
Then you
follow
laugh
it?
from-
Should we run away from it?
We don't
I
think we
see.
can follow it right now.
I don't think Court and I are in a good spot to do that. And I don't think Triss's friends are in a good spot to do that. I think we need to rest again.
We should not do that here.
No. But we should find a place to sit and rest. And we should also check on Jim's body.
Well, you would know that the place where you rested with Jim's body was relatively safe, as the fog did not permeate it as long as you had the door closed.
Let's go back there then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kavoon, that was awesome.
Kavoon just gives this.
And
I give Kavoon butt scritches.
yeah, I give him like head scritches. You give him butt scritches. He's all happy.
He's very stoic about it, but he's just like, and there's this like low rumble.
Nice.
Yeah, it's easy enough for you to help each other and help the other giants back to where you stayed the night. With 3 more giants, it is even cozier in there. You guys are all kind of sitting on top of each other, not literally, but like when you sit in in kindergarten, when you would sit in a tight like circle and everybody's crisscross applesauce and your knees are all like overlapping with each other. It's a little bit like that.
And I feel like at any given moment, I'm petting one of the giants, probably the one with the wings, and petting their wings, and they'll be like, "Stop it!" And they'll be like looking at me, and then they'll look the other way, and I'm over on that side, then petting someone else.
I think Circia, who was the one with the feathers, like never tells you to stop, just kind of looks at you with long-suffering, as if this happens a lot. As if she's been around children a lot.
Perfect.
Court just kind of.
The other 2 kind of like whack your hands when you try to pet their fur, but Circium just lets it go.
Court will limp back into a corner and just kind of collapse there. We need rest.
Well, we have
I will cuddle in a corner with Court because we're both really hurt.
there's one health potion left. We could maybe like pour on both of you or something.
Give it to Court.
No, we should save it.
Why don't we take a short rest here? We can save our potions for more immediate use.
Yeah, easy enough. You guys can totally take a short rest. You can take 2 of your short rest downtime actions. Yes.
Is one of the giants particularly hurt?
Well, both of them got brought up with 4 hit points, like rolled from the healing potions. So I don't think either of them are as wrecked as you and Grace are. Let me see. How
I can
many
also-
hit points do you guys have?
Oh, I'm down 5 wounds.
Yeah, you're definitely the most
Same.
hurt, Grace. You're at 5
Same.
also. Yeah. You guys are more hurt than the two of them are.
Is
I
Trish
can
not hurt?
help tend wounds or repair armor too, because I'm pretty much still fine from our long rest.
Is
You come sat
anyone
with us.
preparing?
What was that?
Asura still looks kind of injured throughout the rest. She patches up herself, but she's struggling, while Fida and Circium manage to recover themselves over the short rest. So Asura is the only one that is still
I will
injured.
patch
Somebody wants
her
to
up
help.
for 2.
I'll 10 wounds to Grace and Triss.
I don't need it. I was offering to do it to somebody else.
All right. Is someone else hurt?
No, all the giants are good now because they tended to their own wounds. So feel free to de-stress or prepare.
Yeah, if anyone wants to prepare,
Does anyone else need healing?
I mean, I guess I'll 10 wounds on myself and Grace.
okay.
I'll tend wounds on myself and Court, so
Okay.
So then
we can.
you don't need.
You'll get an extra 1 from
Yeah.
me, 10 in your wounds
Okay.
on the D4.
Okay.
And then I'll get an extra 2 for 10 into your wounds.
Nice.
I guess you said that everyone else is pretty much fine then.
The giants are. I can't
Let's see.
speak for everyone else's. How they
Yeah.
are.
So I rolled
think-
I rolled a 2 for you, Court.
Okay.
And I
So
rolled a
think
2 for
Court is
myself.
fine, but I think Grace is still injured.
Okay. I'll do attend wounds to Grace. That is another 2 for you.
Yeah, I would have gave you 3.
Oh, okay.
Yay,
then
I'm
I'll-
all healed.
Hey.
Nice. And then I'll prepare.
I'll prepare with you.
Let's go. I feel like Tristan's preparing is like talking quietly with Circeum about like their experiences, like fighting, like what like she thinks of the situation, and then Knott's just like wiggles in the conversation. Is like, also me.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I saw this one thing. I think it would be really helpful.
That is fair enough. But while you guys are resting, Jeremy, if you want to bring our new player onto the screen, they're gonna have a bit of a solo moment, but they are getting introduced into the story
Yay!
Hold,
while you
please.
guys are resting. So I'll let Jeremy
There you
swap
go.
us over. Great. Yeah, so this is our new player, Ryan. If you want to introduce yourself shortly and tell us a little bit about your character.
Sure. Hi. Yeah, I'm Ryan. I play games sometimes. My character's name is Nyx. He's a Slyborn Seraph. He was he was a Wanderborn Seraph, and he spent most of his youth as a nomadic traveler, kind of working with a clan that's very kind of bohemian, traveling circus. And one day when he was out and about, he came back to his camp to find his clan murdered by highwaymen. And since then, he's been on a very vengeful retribution spree, we'll call it. He made some promises to a false god, or to a god of vengeance, and now is a hired killer, kind of being directed by this vengeful deity. He is he doesn't wear much armor. He kind of has that kind of he has loose fitting dark clothing. He's toned and wiry, and a pretty downtrodden, sullen sort of fellow.
Yes, and Nyx has found themselves on their way to the Wailing City. They were hired by, well, some disreputable people, like always, in the manufactory, at the manufactory. They were directed by their god to this seedy underground like tavern where they met with some people that he noticed seemed a little out of place for there. They had like a cloak that matched their surroundings, but he could tell like underneath there was money and there was somebody that probably doesn't actually frequent this place other than to hire someone like Nyx. And Nyx was hired to kill a group of bandits that had stolen a priceless religious relic of the Wondermaker. And he was given some basic information about them heading in the direction of Shield Harbor, when he arrived to Shield Harbor, he found information about a bandit group that had been known to be stealing artifacts that was hiding out in the Wailing City. So the past couple of days, you've been traveling from Shield Harbor to the Wailing City in an effort to track down this group of bandits to eliminate and recover said religious artifact. And you manage to push your way through this feeling of dread the closer and closer you get as the mist gets thicker and thicker as you head towards the Wailing City. This feeling of overwhelming fear and imminent death has just pressed upon you. But you've managed to push back it, and you've made your way to the edge of the Wailing City. I am going to need you to give me an instinct roll to try and figure out where to head, like to track or to, like, from your god to get a sense of which direction you need to head in to find these bandits.
I got a 15 with hope.
So you can take that hope. By the way, you started with 2 hope at the beginning of the session. So you should have 3 now. Yeah, you come to the edge of the city, and you look around, and you notice a bunch of, like, muddy footprints that start heading off, not directly towards the center of the city, but off towards the northeastern direction. And you start following those footprints through the city. At various times, as has kind of become familiar, if you linger in one place too long, these spectral, ghostly figures come out with long, craggly fingers slashing away, but they're easily dispersed in one hit, so you haven't had much to worry about up until now. But you follow the trail of these muddy footprints. And you follow them for about 20 to 30 minutes. And then most of the muddy footprints continue off to the northeast, while some peel off towards, like a couple, like 2 or 3 sets of footprints, peel off towards the center of the city.
I'm gonna close my eyes and kind of listen to just the wind and the kind of the eerie sounds of the Wailing City, and see if I can't pick up any sort of indication, like divine inspiration on which path to follow.
Sure. Give me a spellcast roll, which I believe for you is strength.
Sure. That one is 15 with fear.
Okay. The wind and the way that you're normally used to communing with your god has been much muted since you've entered the fog, as if this fog is either like scrambling or blocking the full level of communication that you would normally receive. And sometimes it's hard to distinguish between the movement and corrupted nature of the fog and what your god is telling you. but you manage to. It takes you a second of like concentrating and trying to separate the intertwining noises to get a full read. And the read you get is a little conflicting. You get the idea that your ultimate query is where the couple of footprints went. But that for some reason, unknown to you, your god is pushing you to follow the mess of muddy tracks that go in the other direction.
Okay, I will take kind of stock of which kind of direction the footprints heading into the city kind of might lead if they were to continue kind of in a vaguely forward direction, but that continue to follow the kind of mess of footprints.
Yeah, absolutely. It's easy enough to follow this mess of footprints. Are you trying to move quietly, or are you just...
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that I'd be moving cautiously, but not trying to move silently. Kind of almost more like moving with the kind of general background noise, right? So not trying to be any more quiet than the rest of the world around me. So if it's very quiet, then I'm going to be very quiet. If it's less quiet, then I'll be moving less quietly.
Yeah, absolutely. It is eerily quiet here, like in general. There is not much noise that happens here, so anything like louder than a whisper seems to echo across the
Yeah,
area.
then I will be trying to hide while I'm doing this.
Great. So if you could give me a finesse roll, please.
This one is a 14 with hope.
Great. Take that hope. And you're moving through, and you're doing a pretty good job of keeping quiet, and you're following this mess of muddy footprints. And you're following it for another like 10 minutes when you hear something. You hear a low murmur, like on the wind. There's a low like murmur, like voices talking, but there's no words happening. Just like a slow, tiny, low murmur. And if you keep walking, you lose it. So like it's only in this like one kind of spot that it like echoes into you.
Can I determine the direction that it's coming from?
Yeah, give me an instinct roll.
15 with hope.
Yeah, take another hope. You get the sense that it's along this thoroughfare, slightly like into the city, not very far. You get the idea that it might be within like 100 or so feet of you.
All right, I'm going to kind of stick to the side of the thoroughfare near any kind of buildings, or not just walking down the middle of a street, and head in the direction where I think the sound is coming from.
Yeah, easily enough. As you start moving down the street, you get you start catching words, things like, "What are we gonna do? Are you okay? Here, let me help you with that." Just kind of these low murmurs that are crisscrossing each other. I need, let's see, need Triss and Knots to give me instinct rolls, please.
Oh boy. I'm so good at that.
This will not generate hope or fear. This is reactionary.
9.
9.
Yours was 6.
We don't hear shit.
It's
Yeah, you guys
these
are really
giants
involved.
are way too fascinating.
So as you start coming closer, Nyx, you pinpoint this one of the most put together buildings in this like ruined town. It's small, but it's got 4 walls, it has a door, the roof is kind of half crumbled, and the voices seem to be coming from that direction.
All right, I'm going to. I'm gonna draw my dagger. Leave my axe at my back, and try and kind of put my back to one of the outside walls, and maybe under the eave of a window or something like that, and really just kind of eavesdrop, and yeah, go from there.
Yeah, give me another finesse roll.
Let's see, 17 with fear.
Okay, you move underneath to the side, and there's not like full windows or sills, but there are these like small like slit like openings, and you move underneath one of them, and you can hear what sounds to be a group of about 6 or 7 people that seem to be chatting and discussing what they're going to do next. They seem to be talking about transporting a body back to a resting place, also plotting what to do about these crazy spectral people that just like destroyed them. And you're sitting there and you're gathering the information and you're totally unnoticed. But it takes you realize a second too late. You've been sitting in this mist in one location for a little too long. And these figures start forming out of the mist nearby you. And that feels like a good place to go to break. So
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun,
Someone beat me to it.
Oh my god.
You beat me to it.
Oh.
All right, well, we'll be back in 5-ish minutes or so.
It's
Yay.
Yeah. It's because Grace
Welcome,
you have
Ray.
a hive mind at the moment. That's how I'm healing you.
Right.
Amazing.
I will deliver that pepper treat as we go to break. Thank you, Raven, and we will see you shortly.
See ya.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yeah, so we left off for break with 3 spectral creatures forming out of the mist surrounding our new friend Nyx.
I mean, is Nyx our new friend? We haven't actually met Nyx yet, so...
I was using our as the channel friend, not necessarily Inatra's friend.
Does the channel actually like Nyx yet? Okay.
And Natura's like, oh,
You
that sucks.
invited him!
Anyway.
That's what you're talking about? You're the one that invited him.
Man, Ryan, with friends like Jeremy, you don't need any enemies.
Right? Welcome.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yes. So you now have these 3 creatures surrounding you. I'm gonna spend some of that fear that I have negated, that I have pulled together because I have 5 of them right now. And so I'm going to spend 2 fear in order to have all 3 of them attack you.
We're gonna open the door and there's just gonna be a body laying out there. We're gonna be like, where'd this come from?
What is your
Bye,
evasion?
Ryan. Bye, Ryan.
My evasion is 8.
Okay, so 2 of them hit. I rolled a 8 and a 13, and the other one was a 5, so that one misses. So 2 of them hit. So you take 1 instance of 3 physical damage, and then you take a second instance of 3 physical damage as they swipe out at you with claws.
Okay, I will. I will take. I will use an armor slot and take a hit point.
Great. But you can respond now.
I'm going to. I'm going to use my spirit weapon ability. So I'll draw the axe from my back and attack the one of the closest ones to me, and then I will mark a stress and attack a second one within close range.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll your duality dice, and let me know what you get.
Oh, 2 2s. So that's a crit.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, so
Your
bad.
very first roll.
No, he's rolled like 4
Oh.
times. I don't remember,
Yeah,
guys.
that's
It's
fair.
First
Very
combat
cool.
roll. Yeah.
Combat roll. And then I'll roll the second one.
Oh no, it's the same attack roll, so you actually crit.
Oh yeah, you're right. So I crit twice. Sweet.
Yes.
Remind me the details on critting again.
Yeah, so you're just using your holodex, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so your holodex is 2d10 plus 6. You
Right.
get the full like 2d10 plus whatever you roll. So you get 20 plus 6 is 26, and then you get whatever 2d10 you roll on it on top of
And
it.
then I get an additional 2d10, and then I also get an additional. That plus 6 is including probably my body basher trait. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's already automatically added.
Okay, then I will add an additional 5.
Yeah, so you do 31 damage as you swing this hollowed axe out, and it slices through 1, 2, and unexpectedly slices straight through the third one, and they all just dissipate into mist. However, the group of you that are inside have fully heard the scratching of these fingernails, these claws on armor, and the whooshing of this axe scattering these spectral creatures just outside your window.
Right, Lord Stinky Mist is back.
I think Triss just like sighs, stands up, gets her axe, and is like, all right.
I don't. Oh, fuck.
You know, we need to just put an end to this guy once and for all. When I'm gonna open the door and that dude just blast him with everything you've got.
Are you pointing at me?
Yeah, all of you.
Can we look outside from one of these windows, or like? can Court
The
sneak up
windows
and
are
look?
not very big, but you're not very big either. So you could probably fit like into a window and look down if you wanted to. When you're
Yeah.
looking out, you don't see anything right now.
We'll check, see what's out there.
Yeah, you climb into the window and you look down. And Nix, if you would like to describe what your character looks like.
Sure. Yeah. He's like I said, he's wearing dark colored clothing, it has kind of an odd mix of feeling very kind of like commonplace, but also at the same time it feels like it's kind of nicer, right? Where it's, I don't know, like the difference between like a Hanes undershirt and like a designer undershirt. Like it's a designer undershirt, but it's still just an undershirt sort of thing. His like, well, let's see, you're kind of looking down from above. He's dark skinned. He has a short cropped mohawk. And it feels like you he's kind of thinner, and he's carrying a hallowed axe and that is probably returning to him, and on it are kind of glowing sigils, and then in his left hand he has a dagger. He seems crouched down. That's probably all you can kind of get from him right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so not dressed like the bandits that you guys have come into contact with, and also, quite obviously, not a spectral creature of the mist.
Love to see that.
We'll sneak down to Trisk. There's one. We see one person out there. It has floating axe.
They're
Dressed
fighting alone.
differently. Well, I didn't see any other creature. We didn't see any other creatures.
All right.
Maybe this is one of the ones that got one of the other adventurers that we were looking for.
Oh. But we shouldn't blast the one out open the door.
What was that?
Believe we shouldn't blast him when I open the door? You think this is like a person that we should not destroy?
We're not sure.
Alright, I'll
Should
be
be
ready.
smart.
Do I hear this?
Give me an instinct roll. I'm gonna presume that they are whispering to each other for as much as they're talking right now. So
I mean, I think Triss with being like, we should help them would be like leaving and like exiting out to go smash some more ghosts.
Yeah, I got a 13 with hope.
Yeah, you can take that help. Yeah, you can't catch all of the words, but you infer that they know that you're there and they're talking about what to do with you. And then you hear the door open and some heavier footsteps heading in your direction.
Okay. I will take a defensive posture.
Yeah, so Triss, you round the corner and you find Nyx in a defensive posture, kind of just waiting for you.
Is it defensive like he's squaring up like out of fear of hearing me coming, or like a squared up, or like defensive steps like expecting an ally?
It's a cautious defensive stance, as in he doesn't know what to expect from the person that is headed towards him.
Okay.
Get him, Triss, before he does the stinky miss stuff.
Yeah.
We'll be coming with Triss, just to watch over their friend.
The handholds in the back of her armor.
No, in this case, like he's going to be like right below you, below your feet, trying to be like puffed up and have his daggers ready.
So you just see a 12-foot tall giant with elk antlers and a 2-foot tall mushroom like running around her feet.
Watching over you.
I know. To be fair, he sits to like right about here a lot, and I feel like that could qualify as watching over. But there's like ghosts and stuff around, yeah.
No, they've dissipated now.
Oh, okay. I think Trish still has her axe like halfway ready and is like You part of this mist, or are you a friend?
I'm not part of this mist. Who are you?
My name is Sedustress.
And your companions? I'm Nyx.
Court will put his thumb to his chest. We are Court.
The rest of our party and a few others are resting in the house. If you would like to join us, it seems like a relatively safe spot.
He'll visibly relax and kind of shrug and just kind of walk towards y'all.
Yeah, so when you get into the space, it's crowded, especially given that there are 4 giants in this space. But you also see a very excitable young goblin that is paired up with a fairly large wildcat and another human woman that you actually might recognize, considering most people recognize Grace. Grace is a pretty well-known singer-performer that has traveled.
I'm a magician.
Well, yeah, but performer. Sorry,
Yeah.
not singer, but performer that travels the breadth of the Broken Spine.
He'll just turn around and walk it now.
And I'm out.
And no.
The goblin.
Not into your whole shtick. No. He'll take the motley crew in kind of stride. Surprisingly, this isn't the weirdest thing he's seen in the past month, but it might be the weirdest thing he's seen in the past month. And he doesn't ever really. It seems as though he's both never at ease, he's always kind of watchful, but kind of moves with an easy kind of grace, I suppose. He, and he just kind of nods and says, "Hello. What are you doing here?"
The goblin has a bow, at the ready, not drawn, but at the ready, and she looks at you.
Well, you look like Mr. Lord Stinky Mist. Unless you've become, corporeal.
And I'll look at Grace. Is that a thing?
The good done is, more, corporeal, so we could, touch him instead of being all misty?
Is this something I have to roll for? Is this something I can just look at Knots and be like, "You're a fucking idiot"?
You can look at Knots and be like, "You're a fucking idiot."
Amazing.
This is quite obviously in no way connected to said Lord Stinky Mist.
I just smack Knots inside the back of the head. Put the bow away.
I've got my eyes on you.
I think he's just another unfortunate traveler.
Oh, did you?
What, the adventurers that are missing?
No, I just arrived.
Oh.
I was following. I've been sent to find someone.
Who?
I'll give a physical description of what I know of the people I'm trying to find.
Yeah, you would give the description of a burly human, maybe half dwarf, just because they are known to have a very like thick skin. But they're the size of a human. They're like 6 foot tall, very burly. They go by the name of just the bear, and they are known to be the leader of a bandit group of thieves that are going around stealing important artifacts. And said description would match what seemed to be the leader from your first encounter in with the bandits that escaped.
The grappling guy.
No. The guy that was wearing the blue cape in the very first encounter with the bandits that escaped.
Okay.
I'm also going to, at the end, I'll start vaguely describing, I'm sorry, Jeremy, whatever your character's name is, like just vague, like, oh, and, you know, and then a wry smile will kind of cross Nix's face and he'll laugh it off.
He's looking for you. He's totally looking for you, and that laugh was completely false.
We might have seen one or two of those that you're looking for.
One of those sounds a bit like the man that escaped
Like
us.
our goblin.
Triss just.
I go sit next to Kavoon, my back never to this new person.
Oh God.
I will just kind of nod and say I think they're in the center of the city, and then I will kind of shrug. I just had an inclination to come here, seemingly to find you all.
What are you looking for this guy for?
That's my business.
Well, looks like there's not quite enough room in this hideout for all of us.
And I
Be nice, not.
Did the Adventuring Guild hire you too?
My employers are not with the Adventuring Guild that I know of.
I mean, we have seen him. We didn't manage to kill him, but many other bandits died.
He escaped.
You won't escape me.
I like the
Well,
confidence.
We
Oh,
don't know
maybe
how
it's-
many are left. They travel in a large group.
I would love to know what you're doing here. I've told you what I'm doing here. I've yet to hear what you're doing here.
We are trying to find people that came here for the Adventurers Guild and find something that was stolen.
Okay, so perhaps we are looking for the same stolen thing, but it seems like for potentially different parties. These specters are annoying. Have you found traveling and as a group helps to keep them at bay?
We've encountered them a handful of times now. I don't know how our number of encounters lines up to yours, but
Well, if you wouldn't mind a companion for at least a bit, I'd see some benefit in us traveling together.
and when we run into a potential conflict of interest surrounding the thing that we're both looking for, what then?
Yeah, with that.
I'm not able to tell the future, but I don't have any reason to think that I would ever be your enemy.
Even if it meant failing your job.
That would all depend.
Court's trying to watch his face and read his body to see, like, whether he's sincere in case he is with the bandits, etc., and just trying to fool us.
Yeah. If you want to give me a reaction presence roll, Ryan, so this will not generate hope or fear. Just tell me what the number is. And then Jason Court can give me an instinct roll.
I was gonna say I was watching him the whole time to see what, like, while they were talking.
You can give me an instinct roll too.
22 with hope.
Okay, you can take that hope. Ryan, what did you roll?
I rolled a 20.
What'd
I
you roll,
rolled a
Mag?
7.
Doing
With
great.
Hope.
you can take that hope. You can't read anything off of him. Cortinarius, you get the sense this guy is a professional. That he has avoided thus far, very specifically, saying what he is looking for and who he has been employed by. And you get the sense that if you guys were on conflicting sides, he would make sure that he came out on top.
But he seems to be on the up and up with, in general, to us.
Yep. And by coming up on top doesn't necessarily mean that you would end up dead, just that he would get what he's looking for.
Sure. Yeah, Court can respect that. The other thing is, you'll be looking him over for shinies.
Oh, sure. Do you have anything on you that is particularly reflective? It doesn't have to be valuable, but anything that is shiny or reflective.
He probably has a couple, like he has a couple like buckles or like brooches that like are holding some of his fabric together, but no. In fact, like you'll notice that the even his blades are kind of dulled. In a sense, I think that the thing that you might notice when kind of looking for shinies is that there's a kind of like his eyes kind of give off this almost like a glistening look. It's not like he's about to cry, but like you're drawn to his eyes even when looking for shinies.
Nothing quite as shiny as Jim was.
Oh,
That was unnecessary and rude.
That was brutal. Yeah.
Was
Sorry.
Also,
will
like,
anything
Jason keeps
be?
pointing out that we are still technically in this house with Jim's body.
Yep.
It is
So,
covered.
along with all of the
It-
people,
it
there's
is
also just a
covered.
corpse on the floor.
Grace is. That's probably why Grace didn't notice anything. She's sitting over by Jim and just mourning.
No.
She lost her best friend!
I know, yeah. That's fair.
We will tell you, we want revenge. We
Yeah,
lost a friend here.
I understand that well.
And I will actually let that instinct roll carry over and let you know that when he says that, he means it. Revenge is something that Nyx is intimately familiar with, both his own and just the idea and practicality of it.
We are looking for this one, and he'll describe the mage that escaped.
Sounds like a worthy target. And his voice kind of drips with like a malice when he says target.
While you're all conversing about this, I do, like, all of a sudden I just like put away my bow and I walk over to Grace and I like sit down and I just like lean into Grace and like give Grace a hug.
So,
If you look closely, you'll see like silent tears falling down her face.
Oh.
I'll reach in and like pull out my handkerchief, which is not clean whatsoever, and I'll just like dab those away.
Yeah, there's actually a little bit of Jim's blood on the handkerchief.
No.
Ew.
From the tear snot cleaning that occurred last session.
Oh, right.
That handkerchief is gnarly.
You were not
God.
wrong. You were not wrong.
Hey, look, I'm just following the little crumbs that you give me.
Right.
Oh my god.
hey, so, I mean, he might be worst thing he missed in disguise, but if he's not, look, we got a bunch of new friends. There's this guy. I wasn't really paying attention to what he said his name was. And there's also these wonderful giants, of which all of them are very soft. If you, like, touch any of them, it's amazing. I just want you to let, even though you lost your friend and, well, we all lost our friend, I'm here for you, and Kaboom's here for you, and, okay.
All of you just see Grace wrap Knots in the biggest, most uncomfortable hug Knots has ever been in.
I need to breathe to be a friend. I need to breathe.
Loosen the hug just a little bit, but like still. Thank you.
And once she can breathe again, Knots will just kind of like relax into you.
I feel like you fall asleep there at some point.
Again, you were not wrong.
Not can sleep
Has had it
anywhere.
rough lately.
Right? What was that, Carly?
I said knots can sleep anywhere. If they're too still for too long, they just fall asleep.
Yeah. It's kind of like being out in the mist. If you're too still for too long, something happens, but for Knots, it's just you fall asleep.
Amazing.
I hate to bring up, or we hate to bring up Jim, but you did call your friends here. What are we going to do?
Their quest is not ours. their task now is to take Jim to his final resting place. I think if
Yeah.
we to move on, Circe and I talked about them staying here to rest and then moving on with Jim's body.
Yes, Circeum would also have told you that they were on the trail of the Heartstone thieves, and that they had found some rumors or some hints that they might have been hiding in the Wailing City, which is why they were so close by.
Oh. I wonder what the religious artifact everyone's looking for might be.
Well,
Huh.
you got the impression because you guys got hired for a different artifact. Well,
Oh, okay.
when you were given the thing, it wasn't the Heartstone that was specifically mentioned in your portfolio,
Right.
but it had been
Gotcha.
mentioned that this group was believed to be behind multiple thefts of
Okay, cool.
various
Magical.
religious artifacts.
Yeah.
The Heartstone was not listed in the portfolio that you guys were originally given. It was other artifacts.
Yeah. To be fair,
So
I don't
this
think
is
that
a
Clan
little
would
bit
have
of new
widely
information.
publicized that, hey, this thing that keeps our land alive is gone. Yikes.
We're not familiar with this Heartstone.
Oh, I don't think that would have been said out loud.
Yeah,
That was-
this would have been
there's-
when they were discussing, when they were
Gotcha.
preparing.
Carly
My bad.
informing me and then me memeing on it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Circeum and Triss would have been discussing that this bandit group might be the potential people for.
Should we escort your friends out?
I think Triss would turn to Circeum and kind of be like, would you like the help or do you think you can manage? As far as the quest that you were on, I think that now lines up well enough with ours that I can take it over. I'm on the same one after all.
Yes, I believe. Well, we didn't encounter anything of that level when we were outside the city, so I think if we just make a beeline to the city's edge and skirt along that way, we should be fine with just the three of us.
Alright.
Just be quiet. We don't think it's good to yell here. Too much attention.
Of course.
Before we leave the safety of this place, I'm gonna cast divination. And use the
Yeah.
note. And I'm gonna ask about my mark. Specifically, will finding my mark also involve the mage that they are seeking?
Yeah, so you settle down and close your eyes as you often do when you listen or try to connect with your god. And you once again, it takes a second to separate the different voices that are on the wind. And you find the one that feels familiar, that feels dangerous. And you reach for that and you pose the question. And you feel yourself pulled along the wind. Instead of listening to the wind, you are the wind. and you're pulled as part of the wind towards the middle of the city. Your eyes are closed, but this vague vision comes to you as if you had really poor eyesight. It's just kind of out of focus. But you can hear. While you can't see very well, you can hear. And you see, what you can see is a group of like 5 darker figures within your vision. And you get the understanding that these are people. These are corporeal people. These are probably your targets. And near them, you see a lighter figure that seems to blend with the mist, the like pervasive grayness that is around. It's a little lighter than the grayness, but it kind of just blends into it. But what you can hear is voices. You hear the low, rumbling voice of what seems to be the center figure talking, your main target. That seems to be making some sort of deal with the lighter figure about offering you guys to him in an effort for them to escape. And to answer your question, you realize as you're in this scene that there are some figures within those 5 figures. 2 of them seem to be adept practitioners of magic, and you could assume that one of them might be the specific mage that Cornelius mentioned. And your vision ends when you feel the figure that blends into the mist sharpen into full focus, and he's staring at you. You don't have a body. You're the wind. But this figure sharpens into full focus and is looking right at you before you are sucked back into your body.
Okay. I'll kind of start and then say Captain Stinky Mist or whatever definitely definitely knows I'm here. And I think that my mark and potentially your query as well are trying to make a deal trading their safety for us.
I tap not awake.
What?
Wake up.
How do you know that?
It's quite a claim.
Are we ready to go?
No. They know he's here.
Okay, pretend like you're talking to a child. And tell me who they and she is.
His mark knows he's here.
Captain Stinky Mist knows I'm here.
The word is Stinky Mist. What? Do you not know anything?
My apologies. Nods. No, I don't know anything. Forget I said anything. No. Lord Stinky Mist knows I'm here, and my mark is bargaining your lives for their safety.
I feel like this is information you probably should have told us before we invited you in. What? How does he know that you're here?
I don't know. To kind of answer both questions. I have a divine connection, and my God can help to show me things. It was through that spell that I learned this information. But in that experience, Lord Stinky Mist focused on my presence without, I've never left my body. So, I mean, I've never had that happen to me before.
Maybe we should move.
That
Sounds like-
would be smart.
The quicker we move, the better.
No, I don't really know you or anything, but that's kind of a cool thing that you can do. I'm glad that you have that kind of connection.
Nix hasn't introduced himself to me or Knots, right? He just introduced himself to Court.
No, I mean, I introduced myself when I entered the room, but you were guys
Okay.
were kind of distracted.
Okay.
Yeah, he did introduce himself.
Okay. Just double checking.
Just ignoring two of you. Like, completely
It's happened before.
the most cold-hearted thing. It's just like seeing through two people entirely.
Oh my god.
It's his power. It's how he expresses his power dynamic.
It's his MO.
He will just kind of rise from he was kind of kneeling, and he'll just stand up and kind of walk out the door.
Grace, are we going with them?
Yeah.
He'll stop and turn and say, move as quickly as possible, right? Like,
Oh, well, I gotta get my shit together. Hang on.
I look down at Jim and I look up at the giant. Like, the giants haven't taken Jim yet,
No.
right?
No,
Yeah.
no, they're still
No.
resting.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm being attacked.
Oh no!
Boyd
It's
wants
Catzilla!
snuggles.
Catzilla!
It's
Where
so
are you
hot,
going?
right? It's so hot. I bet it's
Apparently, this
wonderful.
is just where she wants to be. That's not gonna work. I'm eating your fur. Hold on. Sorry. Anyway.
No, Mom, this isn't right.
Now put 2 snakes on it.
Yep. Full cat.
There we go.
Yep.
There we go.
And we're back.
Yay! She survived.
Your cat has always been so snuggly whenever they're on, and I'm just like, wow, it's like a fake cat because it doesn't do that. Oh, okay, no, it's a real cat.
Yeah. Anyway, what were we doing?
Remind me to tell you about my last dog. 'Cause he acted like a cat.
Nice.
Oh
Nice.
no.
And
Anyway,
he was 120 pounds.
no, he was a Scottish Terrier.
Okay.
Anyways, I look to your friend and I go up to them and I say, please take good care of him.
We shall.
Okay, and then I wait and nod and turn back to Jim and I kneel down next to him. and I say goodbye, old friend, and I kiss him on the forehead one last time before leaving after Nyx.
I think, yeah, Triss will kind of say goodbye and give hugs to her friends that showed up. And then I think take she has like these like decorative like metal leaves on her armor, and she'll like kind of break one off, sort of tuck it into like a pocket on Jim. And I think like let's see. So like say like a prayer and essentially be like, I know we did not follow the same gods, and I wish I knew yours better to perform the proper rituals, but you will be buried in a place of honor where your spirit will help to guide those in the future. And from what I know of you, I think that is what you would have wanted. And then kind of put a hand on Circeum's shoulder, give it a squeeze, and then grab her stuff and head out.
Cord will walk over to Grace and like hug her around her leg. We will make sure all my people hear of him. We will share.
Thanks.
Well, seeing everyone leaving things for Jim,
Oh no.
I will walk over.
God damn it.
Oh no!
Scared.
I will take out my handkerchief, which is now stained with my tears, Grace's tears, a good deal of snot, and Jim's blood, and I will tuck it into the pocket where Triss left the stuff. And I'll just put my hand on his forehead.
Bye-bye, Jim.
And then I'm going to walk over to the giants and look very stoically at them.
You're very soft.
And then I'll follow them out after getting Kavoon, of course.
Kavun was already waiting outside the door
Right.
for you.
He's just looking at his watch like, every time.
As Court walks past the giants, the one that told Triss that they kept saving each other's ass, Court will be like, we take care of her.
I appreciate that. I'm glad she has such a strong companion with her.
That's so cute.
Be well. Yeah, and the group of you head out of this relatively safe domicile. Where are you guys going?
I will say
The center, I guess.
I will say that after a moment, Knots runs back in, stuffs something else into Jim's pocket, and then comes back outside.
Oh, what?
You gonna tell me what you stuffed
I
in
will
his
tell
pocket?
you what he stuffed,
Oh,
what
no.
I stuffed in his pocket. Yes.
The Dragon Ball.
Sag up one hand in
The
my pocket.
Heartstone, what?
Give it a high five.
The unstable arcane shard. Just the bomb in his pocket.
Oh my god.
It's
As
not
we're
safe
walking
for
away,
us
I
to
do-
carry it around.
As we're walking away, I think Triss would walk up to, like, kind of get in step with Grace as best as she can, being like 6 feet taller than her, and be like, once this is all over, if you want to visit him, I've requested that he be buried in my family's grove under the roots of the mother tree. So,
I just grab your hand and squeeze. and I don't let go.
Oh.
And I know Court is still hanging onto my leg.
It's like a toddler, like.
So I'm,
He'll let you go once you start walking because he knows it's
Yeah.
hard to walk with
well,
him there.
I've got Court. Then if you let go once I've started walking, then I'll reach out and hold onto your hand as well.
Okay.
So I've got hands
Hands on hands.
on hands. I'm
Cute.
like this.
Yeah, but you guys have made that. You've stepped back out into the misty, ethereal ruins of the Wailing City. Where are you
Maybe
guys
we try to
headed?
track those mages that escaped.
That could be a good idea.
From when I kind of like extrapolated, like both from my vision and being like carried via the wind or as the wind, and I'll kind of try and indicate not only the direction center, but also the distance that we might have to travel. You can tell that, like, with all of the kind of sentimentality that, like, it was. Well, Nyx just left the room and waited outside as y'all were shoving shit on a corpse. But it's something about it seems. It was a very sincere decision as opposed to like an impatient one.
Yeah, you give me an instinct roll though to try and extrapolate that distance and direction information from your spell.
C9 with fear.
Doing great.
Great.
Welcome to the group.
Yeah. So welcome.
You're gonna fit right in.
Woo! Here we go.
Wait. I will use one of my prayer dice. And I will make it
Hey.
13.
Not me and Lauren doing the same exact thing.
13. Okay.
Was it still a 13 with
yeah.
fear, or
It's still with fear. The prayer doesn't change which one's higher. It just adds to the roll. Yeah. So, you take a moment because you're the first one to step out to try and center yourself with this information. And you get the sense that the wind carried you in a very similar direction as those couple footsteps that broke off earlier towards the center of the city. As for distance, couldn't really get much information from that because you traveled there so quickly. It was such a blur that you didn't really have any time to pinpoint any kind of markers. But all signs point to the center of the city.
I will kind of relay, like, it's that way. I don't know how long of a trek it is. I know where your path and this path broke apart. We could backtrack and go the way that they did, which obviously has some pros and cons. They may have cleared out any potential threats in their journey towards the center of the town. Or, well, I mean, they also would be maybe more likely to be looking back that direction if we were to come upon them.
If they know we're here, we would set up an ambush for us. tried a couple times on us.
Do I get the sense that they know where we were, or just that? Because where I was seen was not where I was, right?
You got the sense that the creature entity realized that you were looking in on them. Not necessarily where you came from or where you were, but just that you were spying on them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll convey that information. So I don't know that they know where we are, and we at least have a vague idea of where they are. So we are certainly have the upper hand.
Feels like the first time. Well, if backtracking and following the trail from there would be easier, that might be the way to go, even though it'll cost us some time. Otherwise, we are wandering towards what we hope is the center of town, and maybe we'll come across something.
We should definitely try to catch them unaware and travel not directly to the center. And Court will turn the knots, and we need to be really quiet.
I just smile.
Yeah. So you guys gonna the group of you would also realize from his description of the couple footprints peeling off, that's like the same spot that you guys were at earlier a few sessions ago, where a couple footprints peeled off and you followed the majority. So do you guys wish to backtrack to that position and then try and follow the trail?
That sounds like a plan.
It's easy enough to backtrack to where it splits off and to start following the couple footsteps that peeled off. However, I will need someone to give me an instinct roll to continue.
Why does
following
it
them.
feel like it's me?
Doesn't Knots have a bunch of like tracking stuff?
Nuts is pretty decent at it. I feel
Okay.
like maybe Court was better though. Wasn't Court
Yeah,
plus
pretty good.
3?
I'm plus
okay.
2, but have advantage at the moment.
Oh,
Also beneficial.
Yeah.
Do you want to lead?
Sure. Court will climb down off our giant friend. Yeah, assuming we've been triumphant a while, and get down and start looking for tracks.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a roll.
.22 with hope.
Yeah, take your hope. You don't really ever lose sight of the tracks at all. It's pretty easy for you to continue following them. There are points where it if you weren't so good at what you were doing, the tracks would have seemed to have disappeared where they dipped and like tucked into alleyways. The way that the tracks like move, it's quite obvious that they were trying not to be followed. But you keep a bead on it for pretty much the whole way. You notice that the buildings, while still ruined, start getting bigger and like grander, as if the city and ruins are building up on themselves. And you get the sense that you guys are getting closer to the center. Thus far, nothing has come upon you. You've kept moving and moving pretty quickly, so you haven't encountered anything out of place. However, I am going to need a group finesse roll. I'm guessing that Court is going to be the one leading it. So everybody else
Stealth.
is going to give me, it's a hiding. Give me a finesse roll. Let me know if you get a 15 or higher or lower.
Does my
This doesn't generate hope or fear. You can
does
use
my
your bonus.
wildborn thing factor into that?
Yeah, you can add it to your roll.
And
I got a new one!
and they changed advantage to be a D6 again, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's D6.
23.
You got a crit.
Nice.
Or 20.
Awesome.
Nice. 13.
Okay. Am I
10.
good, Mike? Okay. Yeah, you'll have a +2 to your roll, Jason.
All right. Uh, 23.
Great. Yeah, you guys move along pretty quietly. You're all kind of covering each other's backs when like unexpected things might appear in the way, whether it's a rock on the ground or squishy mud. And that presence, that feeling of death that you've been dealing with for a while, and that feeling of fear that you've kind of gotten used to at this point, starts pressing closer and closer, and just pressing as if there's an actual physical force pressing on every square inch of your body, pressing in on you. I need charisma reaction rolls from, presence reaction rolls from everyone, please.
Can I spend a hope to use my large and in charge experience to add to this?
Sure.
Sick. That's because I'm not great at presents. Let's go.
Really cool.
Was that a crit for Knots?
Nice. That's a 19 for me.
Okay. Grace?
Got it.
17.
Nice.
I got a 10.
Nyx? 10. Court?
Court has an 8.
Oof.
Yeah, so as you guys are getting closer and you've kept pretty quiet, suddenly Court freezes from where he's leading the group. And next to you, Nyx also freezes. And in that moment, the other three of you realize, because this is a sensation that has been pressed upon you before, that they probably weren't able to fight it off.
I feel like Triss, just without breaking step, just picks Cord up and then looks at Nick and she goes, picks Nick's up. All right, keep going.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get to that in a second. As I had mentioned earlier, my dad is arriving, so I'm gonna need just a tiny quick break to escort him into my apartment before we finish.
So real quick, Carly, question. So Jason actually needs to jet.
I did not see
Yeah.
that.
Sorry,
Maybe
we're
this is
trying
a
to ping
good-
me about an outage.
No, that's fine. Maybe that's perfect. We can just leave it off here for next time. We'll be taking next week off because of commitments and other stuff. So yeah, we can go back around the group. Say hi. I'm Carly. Armadillo Dice. I make dice. I play games. I'm having so much fun. I hope you guys are too.
We were actually talking about how much fun. We were talking about how much fun you have when you're like, I take that fear.
Yeah, God.
Sorry, who did you hand it off to?
Maggie.
Oh, hi, I'm Maggie. I am at Maggie_the_author on Instagram. And then there's going to be a second Instagram and TikTok coming very soon.
Fun.
So keep eye out for that.
Nice.
Ooh.
Who you want to hand it
Oh.
over to?
I'll do Ryan.
Yeah, newbie.
Yeah, I'm Ryan, and I still don't really participate in social media, but I'm glad to be
Probably
here. This is
healthy.
fun, and I'm excited. Jason, I'm going to pass it to you, so if you need to bounce, you can.
Awesome. Thanks. I'm Jason. Mostly just play games here and stream some games on my Twitch channel here and there. And, that's about it for me. Ryan's much wiser than the rest of us, I think. Keeps his sanity. And I'll pass it over to Jeremy, and I've got to run here.
All right, good to see you, Jason.
Thanks. Have a good
Thanks.
one.
You too. I'm Jeremy. You can find me here on the channel or at WH Pubs on all of the social medias. Before I do what's coming up, Lauren, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, Lauren, find me around here sometimes. Find me on Instagram. I post cosplays, kind of, but really just for fun, because I'm good at selling, not content creation. So
I feel that.
It's totally fair. And do you still have commission slots open, or are you full now?
I do. I still have a couple of original series Star Trek uniform commissions open. If you are interested, DM me on either Instagram, or if you have me on Discord, you can DM me there too, and I'll send you some stuff to fill out. So yeah,
Nice.
we starting those up soon. So
Awesome. Let's
covered
see.
in yellow, red, and blue dust.
Perfect.
Forever.
It's
Forever.
everywhere.
So tomorrow we have the first episode of Mothership 19 Hertz. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern, I believe. I'm pretty sure. I should probably have my calendar open.
It's at a time in the evening.
It is, yeah. And then next week, we're not here for Daggerheart, but on Wednesdays, join us at 2 p.m. for our D&D ongoing campaign for the Horde of the Dragon Queen. We're playing the Tyranny of Dragons, but on the other side of the script, they are the cultists doing culty things, trying to bring back Tiamat. And then next Saturday, we have the finale of Mothership. So tune in for all those things. We're going to raid over to someone. ADHAD Adventures. Except for I always am like, okay, how do I spell this? ADHD Adventures. Yay. So thanks for joining us tonight. Hang out for the raid. And we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.